Okay, welcome back to the Live Bet Tennis Guy. We've just finished with Friday at Indian Wells and we had four pretty one-sided matches. First match was Djokovic-Gasquet. Djokovic won 6-2, 6-4 as we thought. Live Bet Tennis Guy said that at $1.15 Djokovic was just way too short to be backing, but there was no point outlaying any money on Gasquet. What's interesting about this match is that Gasquet got out to a 2-love lead in the first set. So at this point, Djokovic was probably value at $1.30. So I hope some of you guys who were following carefully got on at that point, and there's absolutely no point in trying to cover your liability there. I'm happy to have a $50 debt riding on Djokovic against just about anybody at this stage. Fed Wawrinka. Live Bet Tennis Guy thought that Fed was way too short to be backing at $1.25 against Stan. But at the same time, no value on Stan. We've seen how poorly, I should say, he performs against Fed, especially at the Australian Open a couple of months ago when he was looking so good. So I'm pretty pleased to have just let this one go by. Straight sets to Fed, 3 and 4. Okay, first women's match of the day, Bartoli-Wickmayer. Bartoli won really easily, 1 and 3. Yesterday, Live Bet Tennis Guy said that the value was definitely on Bartoli. The odds were around the wrong way. But we didn't expect such an easy win. If you had entered the market on Bartoli, as I'd said yesterday, you would have been up in a really strong position. The obvious play would have been to get rid of that liability at the end of the first set, and seeing it was a 6-1 set, Bartoli at that point was really short. So that's another good one for the Live Bet Tennis Guy. Okay, this graph here is showing Wozniacki's price in the match against Sharapova. You can see she started at about $1.35. Now, what Live Bet Tennis Guy said yesterday in the preview of the match to try to grab Wozniacki at about $1.40, back Wozniacki to $1.40. This price was pretty easy to come by, and she even went out to $1.50, and this price was easy to come by too. Sharapova won the first game of the match. So Wozniacki went out to $1.50, and as I said, it was a real steal. You can see by the look at the graph here that actually she didn't win another game in the first set and lost the match 1 and 2. Really good strategy from the Live Bet Tennis Guy. I was pretty much on it yesterday. Easy money, I think, there. Real quick on Sharapova. I don't think she's going to be a force in women's tennis again. A lot of people talk about big flat hitting being a strength in women's tennis, but I think that's only if you're Lindsay Davenport or Serena Williams. I think the other girls that are successful hitting like that do it in spite of their techniques. And someone that hits with the margins that Wozniacki does really shows up a player like Sharapova. There was no way she was going to hit through Wozniacki the way that she retrieves and defends. And we'd all like to see Wozniacki go for her shots a bit more because we know what she's capable of when she plays a bit more aggressively, but she's a real solid player. She's not going to lose to someone like Sharapova. And of course the serve's a real problem after those surgeries. So easy win, good work. Okay, we're going to have a look at semi-final Saturday at Indian Wells. We've got two amazing matches. Nadal Del Potro we'll start with. Nadal available at 150 on Betfair at the moment. Nadal won their first 4 meetings and Del's won their last 3. In 2009 it was 7-6, 6-1 in Montreal, and then 2-2 and 2 at the US Open when Del went on to win. This is going to be a really interesting match. Del Potro has just come so far since the start of the year. I saw all his matches in Australia. He looked terrible. I think I laid him every time he played down here. He's improved so quickly and so well, but this is going to be the real test. I'm always loath to go against Nadal, and I think the value at $1.50 is still on Nadal here, unfortunately, but I won't be taking the 150. I'll be watching the match evolve and see if I can get Nadal at a price. Anything around $2 unless he's in big trouble, I think is always value on Nadal. Del Potro is playing great, but I don't think he's quite there yet, so it's going to be really interesting. And the second semi is the Fed and the Joker. What a match. Federer leads 13-8 head-to-head, but this year it's been 5-0 in sets, and Djokovic has looked really comfortable. What was interesting about their match at the Aussie Open was that Djokovic was comfortable just trading forehands with Federer, and I think that was probably a rude shock for him. He's really caught between a rock and a hard place against this improved Novak. At the Aussie Open he was just far too passive, and he just can't hang in there with Djokovic's consistency, and I think he was scared to be too aggressive just because of the way Djokovic retrieves. So I just can't see Federer competing. I think it'll be a pretty comfortable match for Djokovic. At the moment, he's available at $1.64 to back. I think I'll be taking about $1.75. I think it'll be fairly straightforward, and that's about the best I can do. We've had several great days of punting in a row now, guys, so let's hope for another. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Good luck.